Manchester United's form of late, Andy, it hasn't been good, but is it simply a case of them missing Carl Fletcher?
No, I don't think so, Richard. Now they're stretched across 2 cups and the Premiership. And I don't think that Carl Fletcher's absence is the real reason. Let me ask you a question. Who was the top goal scorer last year?
Well, Monday Bandili.
Right. 23 goals. Another question. How many has he got this year?
2, 3?
2. And that's what happens, you see, when you take your top goal scorer and you make him your manager.
Oh, hey, what a day.
Does he play
The team gets thrashed, my daughter disappears on me. She's supposed to be having dinner with me. You don't happen to know where she is, do you?
Sam, try and listen.
Actually, neither job. Perfectly. He's getting caught between the two, I think. And that's the big problem for him.
Seems a shame to let a perfectly good restaurant booking go to waste, so have dinner with me. Come on, brighten up a somewhat disappointing day.
Sorry, Sam, I've got something to do.
Doing a fairly good job, but could he perhaps do with a little bit of help somewhere else in the club? Linda.
Hey.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
Very well.
Nice to see you.
Lucky tonight.
Luck had nothing to do with it, though, did it? Annie, can I have a word?
Actually, we were just about to join you in the bar. Would you like a drink?
In private? You don't mind, do you, Richard?
No problem. I'll get them in.
Good luck. We're up in a minute. Cheers, mate.
Annie, what you were just saying about the team's management.
Yeah.
You wouldn't consider doing more than just talk about it, would you?
What do you mean?
Well, if I asked you to become the director of football at Manchester United, what would you say?
But I'm under contract to Sky, Linda. You know that.
Yeah, but surely we can come to some arrangement with them. I mean, Terry Venables managed to help Brian Robson at Borough and do TV work. You want to know where I was before the game, Andy? Fawley Road Police Station, reporting for bail. I'm meeting with my lawyers again tomorrow, and sooner or later the Crown Prosecution Service are going to work out what to charge me with. And then I'm probably going to go to prison. I want to see this club in safe hands before I leave. It's pretty desperate, Andy. Our form's fallen right off since Christmas. If we play like that again on Saturday, we're going to be out of the FA Cup. In fact, the rate things are going, we're going to be out of both cups and facing another relegation battle a month from now.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go down to Mill Lane tomorrow and have a look at training. You'll have to think up some excuse or reason why I'm there. After that, if I can help, then I will.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late, Laura. Sandra offered you both coffee.
Yeah, thank you.
So, have they told you when they'll be formally charging me?
Well, that's what I wanted to see you about. There's been a hiccup.
Hiccup?
The CPS lawyer who was handling your case has left, and they've appointed someone new. And he's one of those hungry young men who see a case like this as a chance to get publicity for themselves.
And how is that exactly?
It says the court should make an example of you. That you've wasted taxpayers' money by letting Cal Fletcher's trial go ahead when you could have stopped it. And he's pressing for the charge to be murder, not manslaughter, I'm afraid. Murder carries a mandatory life sentence.
Laura, when will I know one way or the other about the charge?
A month at the most. We'll call you the moment we have any news.
What do you think my chances are of being here at the end of the season?
Not great. Sorry, Linda.
I want you to sack that half-baked provincial brief of yours and let me bring in some real legal experts.
Yeah, if you want to guarantee I go down for life, then flying in some high-powered American corporate lawyer to another British justice system will just about do it, Sam. I have a good lawyer. She's doing everything that can be done for me.
I sometimes think that you want to go to jail for the rest of your life.
Well, maybe it's what I deserve.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Sam, let's not fight.
I don't want to fight with you. Can't you see I'm worried about you? Look, should I bring somebody in to help you with the running of the club?
To, take over from me when I go down, you mean?
No, no. Now, you know that I'm going to fight with all hell's fury to keep you from going to jail. Listen, Linda, I know I haven't been much support for you for the last few weeks, but you've got to trust me. Hey, I better bring you something nice back from Paris, eh? Listen, I've got to go. My jet's leaving in 40 minutes, eh?
have a word?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll come back later.
No, it's all right, Nikki. What is it?
I was just a bit worried about Claudia. I know she's texted us that she was in London, but she hasn't taken any of her things. And every time I call the mobile, it goes straight to answer phone. It's just with all this stalker stuff, you know.
Yeah, but you know Claudia. She's probably using the trip to buy a whole new wardrobe. She really should have rang instead of texting me, but I did say she could have a couple of days off. Look, Nikki, if she's not back by Saturday, then I'll worry. She wouldn't dare miss an FA Cup match, would she?
I suppose so.
Zoe, you saved Claudia's number onto my speed dials, didn't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, then, if she sent me a text message, it would come up as Claudia Mobile, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Do you know her number? Can you get me my phone book? Thanks. This number's different. She must have rang from a friend's phone. I'll give her a call and find out where she is.
You've reached Carl Fletcher's mobile. Leave a message after the beep.
Is Claudia here?
Claudia? Why should she be?
Well, she texted me to say she'd gone away for a few days, and it seems the message came from your phone. Fletch, this isn't one of your sick jokes, is it, to get back at me?
Linda, I haven't got a clue what you're going on about.
So you haven't been sending her things then? Like underwear, sick photos?
Someone else you're trying to frame me for. Usually when I get accused of a crime, you're the one who did it.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Claudia's got a stalker, now she's gone missing. We thought she'd gone to London because she's been sending us text messages. But when we called back the number, it was your voicemail.
All right. So where do you think I've hidden her? Up here? And anyway, I lost my phone a week ago.
You've no idea where you lost your phone.
I lose them all the time. I just go out and get another one.
Yeah, well, think, because if we don't find Claudia by tonight, we're going to have to call the police. Can you smell gas?
No. Just the usual stale air of Harchester.
I'll have to get Sandra to call the gas board. Something else to remember. Listen, I hope you're playing again soon. We're missing you.
Ain't you just?
Monday. I didn't realise you were bringing a guest. It might be a little awkward.
This is Anouk Belanov, Andre's wife. Anouk, this is Linda Block, my boss.
Very pleased to meet you. You are the boss of a football club for my St. John.
Anouk will be going back to Romania at the weekend, so I think anything you have to say will be safe with her. You are with Andy? Does he wish to interview me for the documentary? I can say that I am Linda Block's biggest fan.
Monday, there is no documentary. I'm afraid I've not been entirely straight with you. Look, let me get you both a drink and then I'll explain. Andy, you've met Monday, haven't you?
Monday, good to see you again.
Oh, how are you?
I'm good.
You want to appoint someone over my head to make a public fool of me?
It wouldn't be like that, Monday. My job would be part-time advisory, a bit like Terry Venables was at Borough last season.
Who everyone thought was there because Brian Robson could not do his job. Linda, why don't you just sack me? It all amounts to the same thing.
Don't be daft, man. I'd be there to help you.
Excuse me. Hello? What? Of course, I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I'll call you later, okay?
It's all right, Princess. No one's angry with you. Look, we'll get you another phone just like the other one tomorrow, okay? Come on, let's get you to bed.
She found it on the floor, under the sofa.
Something's wrong here. First the stalking, now this. Something's happened to Claudia, hasn't it? Oh my God, Nikki, Dawn.
The gas was on when we first got here. I just didn't think.
Nikki, she's in the house. Quick, go and look. I'll call the police.
What's her name?
It's Claudia.
I'll go wait for the ambulance.
Claudia, can you hear me, love? We're going to get you to the hospital as quickly as we can.
Shanuk, it is not Andre. This is not my house. Linda, what has happened?
It's Claudia. Oh, God, I should have called the police hours ago. If she dies, this is all my fault.
Look, Lindsay has to stay with the kids. If you want, I'd go to the hospital with Claudia.
No, I'll go with her. It's my responsibility. I've got to call Sam.
Let's get her inside. It's been a long day.
Where is she?
She's in there. I'll get the doctors to come and see you. Sam, I need to talk to you.
Claude. Claude, don't leave me, please.
What did the doctors say?
Dehydration, concussion. The list goes on, really. What the hell's been going on here? How did this happen?
I don't know. We didn't think this stalker business was so dangerous.
What stalker business?
Well, somebody's been sending Claudia things. I believe somebody got into the house.
You knew somebody was stalking my daughter and you didn't think to tell me? Just what the hell do you think you're playing at? I thought she was your friend.
I'm so sorry, Sam.
Oh, it's a little bit late for that now, isn't it? I trusted you.
Sam?
Just forget it, Linda. Forget it.
Hey. I'm so sorry to have left you last night.
Fine. How is that poor girl?
Alive. That's all they can say for her right now. So, have you managed to sort anything out between you?
Yes, I think we have.
Yeah, we'll say my appointment was at Monday's request. It gives him a chance to concentrate on playing football in the lead up to the World Cup. He remains as coach and gets my full support.
Excellent. Well, as soon as I've cleared it with Sam, we'll announce it to the press, eh? Welcome to Harchester United, Andy. There's a Western Union in Bucharest, apparently, so we can wire the money in your name, and then £4,000 every month for the remainder of Andre's contract.
Oh. You're very kind.
I know it's not kind. It's what Andre's asked us to do. You will be joining us for the match, won't you, Anna?
Oh, I cannot. I have a plane to catch. My son will be missing me.
Oh. Well, I'm sure Andre will miss you both too when you go. Maybe you ought to think about moving here.
Is it possible to see them before I go?
Yeah, I'm sure that can be arranged. I'll get somebody to take you down.
The final awaits the winners here.
Mickey, how's Claudia? There's no change. Mr. Irving's still with her. It's all my fault. If I'd just listened to you when you came to me, we might have found her hours earlier. No, don't think like that. I've got a good feeling about this one. We're going to win, and she's going to be okay. I hope to God you're right.
Come on!
It's no good, Claudia. I've made up my mind.
You sound just like my father. You're both so stubborn.
I nearly let you die.
You can't seriously blame yourself for what happened to me. I'm not a child, Linda. I'm responsible for my own actions. And I'm the only one to blame for Dawn going off the rails.
Yeah, well, that's not the only reason why I should leave. I'm not fit to run Harchester United anymore, and your father's made it perfectly clear he agrees with me.
My father doesn't know what he's talking about.
What about the rumours Andy Gray is joining the club?
Andy was kind enough to come in as an advisor. We've got a lot to thank him for, but I'm afraid that's where his involvement ends. Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions for Patrick Doyle. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Patrick as our new manager to Harchester United. Welcome to Harchester.
Mr. Doyle, what does it feel like to take over from one of your former players?
Monday Bandili and I go back a long way. I've got a great deal of respect for him as a man as well as a player. He steered the Dragon to some memorable FA Cup victories. He's kept our hopes alive in Europe. But now Monday wants to concentrate on his career as a player. For Harchester in the Premiership and in the Cup games, and for Nigeria in the World Cup. He was more than happy for me to take over as manager.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be all.
What a shambles that was. Linda Block was a great help.
I don't think it went that bad. I mean, you covered well. This is a good deal for us, Dad. I mean, who cares what she thinks? You can go over her head whenever you like. Sam Irving opened that door when he hired you. She's just a pretty face. She's a bit of leg for show.
You're still hearing Sam Irving's cash machine, aren't you?
This is the best deal I ever got for you, Dad. And there's more money to be made here if we're smart about it.
I've got work to do. I'll catch you later.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great, except this night.
Hey, what are you doing here? You're meant to be in hospital.
Don't start. The doctor said I'm fine. I feel fine, so that everyone knows I'm fine. Look, I'm sorry I shouted, Linda. It's just that I'm the only one that knows what's best for me. And that's to get back to work and forget everything that's happened.
Okay. But you're going to take it easy, and I reserve the right to send you home if you don't look well. Now, no arguments.
Okay, you're the boss.
Oh, you! This is all your fault, isn't it? Now you've got my daughter acting like she nearly died in hospital. Oh, but that doesn't matter, does it? No, you drag her out of a hospital bed and back to work, don't you?
Now look what you've done!
What are you looking at?
Claudia? You okay?
Yeah, I just got this blinding pain in my head.
Right, that's it. I'm taking you home.
No, I'm fine, really. It was just a little twinge, that's all.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm really sorry about my dad. He shouldn't have shouted at you.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get stuck in between the latest battle you've got going on with your father. You're all grown up, and I've got enough problems of my own.
Yeah, I know.
I really should have told him about that stalker, though.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of things that I should have done. But you can't leave, not because of this.
Even if I didn't resign now, I might not be able to stay here for too much longer anyway.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, I want to take over from you. I know I'm not ready yet, but with your help, I can be. There's still so much I have to learn from you. And maybe it might be a little easier if you're leaving the club in good hands.
You really want this, don't you?
Yes.
Your father's right. You're already starting to sound like me. Well, I'm not going to change my mind about resigning, Claudia, but I will teach you everything I can before I go.
So do you think I can do it?
It's not me you ought to be convincing.
Oh, I can handle my dad.
Yeah, I think you probably can.
And just who the hell allowed that crew on the training pitch in the first place?
It seems that Taylor Doyle was intent on making a documentary about Patrick.
And you allowed this?
No. I had no idea what was going on.
Linda, isn't it your job to understand everything that's going on in this club?
Apparently not.
Yes, well, having assessed the facts, I recommend a court injunction to prevent that tape from ever being shown. Now, I've already set the wheels in motion.
That's immediately going to make it look like we've got something to cover up.
Well, we are, aren't we?
Oh. Give me a couple of hours. If I can't get hold of the tape, then we'll go with your injunction.
Fine.
Fine.
We'll do it your way.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to brief the players.
Who is the cameraman?
Trevor Brown, something,
Browning.
That's the one.
I know him. He's been covering the club for years.
But he's not given the tape back. Taylor's already asked him. Yes, I feel I ought to apologise on behalf of my son. He sometimes gets a bit carried away.
Yeah, well, he's young. He'll learn. How's Andre, please?
His ego is more dented than his body, I think. He should be right against Leeds on Thursday. I'll go off to see him now, actually.
I don't need to tell you how to handle Andre, do I?
No, you don't.
Just this one drink, then I've got to go. I've got a late meeting.
Okay, I'm just glad you...
You didn't mention your father was coming.
Hi, sweetheart. I thought it was just going to be the two of us. Evening, Linda.
Sam.
Look, I don't know what you're trying to do, Claudia.
What I'm trying to do is to make you both see sense. You're both too stubborn to admit you're wrong. You're wrong to resign, and you're wrong to accept it.
I had no choice. I was undermined.
I brought Patrick in for you, not just for Harchester. OK, I admit my tactics may have been a little heavy-handed. But I paid through the nose to get him here, to realise your dream of winning the UEFA Cup.
Yeah, well, you should have consulted me.
Well, maybe I should have, but I didn't. Linda, it's the way I work. If something needs fixing, I fix it.
That's funny. I thought that's what you paid me for. Sorry, Claudia, I've got to go.
God, that woman is so infuriating. I'm sorry, Claudia.
Dad.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Dad!
It's no use, Mrs. Block. The word's out, and they're all clamouring for the tape.
Come on, Trevor. You've been covering Harchester United for a long time. And I'd like to think that we've built up a good relationship in that time.
You're asking me to help you cover this up?
What I'm asking you to do is think long and hard about what this means for you. Yes, it'd be big money, but in the end it'll do your career more harm than good, yeah? If you lose the trust of this club, I doubt you'd get access to any other club in the Midlands. And that isn't a threat, Trevor. It's just reality. You know we gave you special access to shoot training this morning. What other club's going to let you near their players if you release this tape?
The story's already out. What difference is the tape going to make now?
It was a slight scuffle between two players. That resolved in a friendly handshake. It was all blown out of proportion. Come on, Trevor, you don't want to ruin Mundy Bandili's career, do you? And, I'm sure you've got a lot of expenses to cover. Thanks, Trevor. Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
And Sky Sports News now has an exclusive interview with Harchester's Chief Executive Officer, Linda Block, who we hope will shed a little light on reports of a training ground bust-up.
There have been rumours that a local camera crew was filming the training session when the incident took place. Can you tell us what happened to the tape?
I don't know anything about a tape. You'll have to ask the crew.
But you're not denying that a fight took place between Andre Belanov and Monday Bandili?
These things happen in the heat of the moment. It was nothing more than a storm in the teacup. Bit early in the day for this, isn't it?
It's no one else's business what I do in my own home.
Yes, it is. You're still one of our players.
This situation is not good for me or Harchester. Why don't you let me leave?
Because, Monday, 48 hours ago, I gave you some very good reasons to stay. And none of those have changed. You've got friends in Harchester.
I have no friends in Harchester. And I have nothing more to say to you. Please leave.
Linda, wait. You did a really good job getting that tape back.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry for everything that's gone on the last few days.
Apology accepted. Are you really going to sell the club?
Are you really going to leave?
I don't suppose so.
Don't suppose I'll sell then. My daughter can be pretty persuasive sometimes.
You ought to be very proud of her.
I am.